What's good? It's your boy Jay. That's me. Let's dive into NXT from December the 19th, 2023. Pretty okay show for the most part. NXT is one of my favorite wrestling shows of the week, if we're being honest. It's actually my favorite. So, we kicked the show off with the first match of the night. Tiffany Stratton versus Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley gets an upset victory over Tiffany Stratton. She wins via the sunset flip, so basically like a pop rocks, aka the code red. I hate that damn finisher. I hate it. So post-match, Tiffany Stratton, she attacks Fallon Henley from behind. Tiffany Stratton repeatedly slams Fallon Henley's head on the announce table. And then Then Tiffany Stratton throws Fallon Henley into the ringside barricade, and then she drags Fallon into the backstage area. And Tiffany attacks Fallon Henley with a mop, and then Tiffany Stratton pours trash all over Fallon Henley. I'm like, damn. And the match was only like maybe 3.5 to 5 minutes. It wasn't even that long. And I was like, damn. So this makes sense. This continues their feud. And I like it. I really do. I like having personal blood feuds sometimes. So that's always a good thing. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be match 2 at New Year's Evil. And then we'll probably end the feud at NXT Vengeance Day in February. Moving on. So Trick Williams gives Carmelo Hayes his flowers for his big victory on SmackDown. Trick said he looked like money. Melo wants to apologize for accidentally hitting Trick with the title last week. Ilja got frustrated. Ilja Dragunov got frustrated. Trick Williams says that accidents happen. Trick asked Melo if he really knows who attacked him. Melo doesn't know. But the only person that hit him that hard is Ilja. Melo says that the NXT title at New Year's Evil should be a triple threat match. Trick said that he won the Iron Survivor fair and square, so he could get this opportunity. Then Melo said it's not a big deal according to him. Trick says he has to prove that he can win by himself. It's time to whoop that Trick. So they're going to continue that feud, which I'm down for that. It's a smart way to do things because we know that Trick is going to be accosted the title by Carmelo Hayes. So, makes the most sense. We see it coming from a mile away. And, I can't wait. At least we'll have to wait 2 more weeks. And then we get the final turn. We get the full-fledged heel turn of Melo, which should be interesting. So, but they should have really been pulled the trigger on this. We're being honest. We had to wait for about 6-7 weeks for this. Well, at least 5 weeks for this. We've been playing this. Who attacked Trick Williams? Who attacked Melo? So at least we'll get an end to the story at New Year's Evil. Moving on. Speaking of Ilja Dragunov, he comes out. He says that he didn't know how he got caught up in this Trick and Melo saga. He said it feels like he's a third wheel in some romance movie. He said this isn't what he had on his 2023 bingo card. He said he showed the entire world who Ilja Dragunov really is. A human who uses his body as a weapon. A human that sacrifices himself. A human who puts every single gram of himself in the ring just because the championship deserves it. In 2023, I was taught in an unpopular way a very important lesson: in defeat, the fastest rises to the top. Damn, Ilya's so good. So out of nowhere, here comes Ridge Holland for whatever reason. He says that he came back. He didn't want to have any problems. He said, for the past couple weeks, I've been struggling here. I need to figure out who I am. I need to figure out where I'm going. I need to rewrite my story. So here I am. So Ridge says he's back at NXT. Ilya then welcomes back Ridge. And then basically Ridge says that he takes, one step forward, then 10 steps back. Accidents happen after injury. Injury after accident. He said he's here to prove himself. He's here to redeem himself. And he asked Ilya to help him. He said he wants to find redemption, but he can only, but he has to earn it. So, he says he needs to prove to himself that he's the type of man that belongs in the main event. And he says that the NXT Championship is the measuring stick for that. So Ilya then asks Ridge if he wants a title shot. Ridge says yeah, he's down for it. It's going to be redemption for Ridge Holland. So Ilya basically accepts Ridge's challenge. So I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't too much care about it because Ridge, he still needs to be in NXT. He should never went to the main roster for a while. He should have been in NXT for a while. And the fact that he mentioned, what happened with Big E, that took some balls to do that shit. Pretty good little segment between the two, but it's not really that important, if we're being honest. Moving on. So Trick Williams, he's living that Ilya is giving Ridge Holland a title shot. Dragunov reminds Trick that he's the champion and he has the right to fight any challenger he wants. It's not the other way around. Trick says that Dragunov will no longer be champion at New Year's Evil, which I hope is the case because Dragunov is too good for NXT. I think he does need to be on the main roster. I really do. Next, Lexis King versus Dion Lennox. So Lexis King wins via the coronation, which is like a spinning running net breaker, which is badass. I like it. Really cool finish. So he wins via that way. Post-match, Trey Bearhill, the guy who Lexis King took out, he showed up and stared down Lexis King. And then Lexis King is like, in due time, our paths will cross. So I do like that. And I do think that Lexis King is going to be the main person to win the tournament, hands down. Everyone else is just there to have a showcase, if we're being honest. Moving on, we get an Eddie Thorpe vignette. So Eddie Thorpe basically just challenges Dijak to an NXT Underground match next week. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so damn tired of Dijak and tired of Eddie Thorpe. Ugh. Get those two off my television, please. Next, JC Jane and Thea Hale versus Connor James and Izzy Dane. So, not Cora Jade. Thea Hale gets Connor James in the Fujiwara armbar, and then this allows for Dame to hit the big boot on JC Jane for the 1-2-3. So that's cool there. Right decision there. I'm trying to think if they're going to add another person to the faction. Well, the partnership between Kiana James and Izzy Dane. I think there needs to be like another heavy in the mix. That's kind of what I would do if I was booking it. And I do think that in due time, Kiana James probably added another person into the mix, another heavy for her. So I do like that. So really good shit there. Moving on. So Roxanne Perez, she watched Izzy Dane and Kiana James. She watched the match from the locker room, women's locker room. So all the women are, watching and everything else. And then Roxanne Perez says that she's not done with either Kiana James or Izzy Dane. And then my girl Ariana Grace, she shows up into the mix. She tries to calm Roxanne Perez down, and then Roxanne Perez smacks her. So, okay. Moving on. Chase University still has problems. They're rolling the dice with Out the Mud. So, Chase University basically challenges Out the Mud to an all or nothing match. So basically, if Chase U loses to them, I forgot what Reggie said, what happened to them, I forgot. And then it's going to be for a shot at the NXT Tag Team Championships. And Tony D's girl, the girl who's with Tony D and Stacks, she makes the match official. So that's interesting. And she's got a real thick Italian voice, real thick Italian accent, real thick. I'm like, damn. Shit. Like, Tony D's accent is more like Chicago based. This is like real like New York type of Italian, type of Italian accent. But it should be interesting. I'm down for that. Who wins in that? I don't know. It'll probably be Chase U winning that one, though. Next, Dragon Lee versus Troy Dempsey. So the two of them got to the ring. Then out comes Joe Coffey. So this becomes a triple threat match. Gallus, they get ejected. Joe Coffey is pulled under the ring by Joe Gacy for whatever reason. I have no idea why. So Dragon Lee retains via the Operation Dragon for the 1-2-3. Post-match, the No Quarter Catch crew gangs up on Dragon Lee, and then the LWO, they storm into the ring to make the save. So that's fine there. Probably set up a 6-person tag match next week. The LWO versus 3 members of No Quarter Catch crew. So that's pretty cool. So it's kind of like a thing of the Blackpool Combat Club from AEW. So really cool stuff there, I guess. I wish it could have been just a regular one-on-one match, but it is what it is. Moving on. Cora Jade says that she's here to save this women's division. So she took over Carmen Petrovic's locker. Gigi Dolan tells Carmen Petrovic to keep her head up, and the only way to deal with Cora Jade is inside the ring. Interesting stuff there. So we might have a little feud between the two of them. Interesting. And I do like Carmen Petrovic. I really do. She's really good. Next, Tavion Heights versus Lucia Cristofani. Tavion Heights wins via the belly-to-belly suplex. So, cool. Interesting stuff there. I like him. He's got a pretty good little moveset. Reminds me of like Taz to an extent, if we're being honest. Chris Stefani, you could easily put him with Tony D and Stacks. I don't know why Shawn Michaels hasn't put him in with Stacks and Tony D. That's just weird as shit to me. I don't understand that. Like, it would make sense because he fits in there like a glove. Like, he could be like their lawyer and stuff. I don't know. Moving on. So Blair Davenport, she has a vignette saying that she's going to defeat Laura Valkyria at New Year's Evil. Moving on. So Kelly Kinnaid had a backstage interview with the Metaphor. So they're in holiday spirits. And Noam Dar accepts the challenge of Josh Briggs. Okay, that's cool there. Next, Nikita Lyons versus Tatum Paxley. So Nikita Lyons wins via the splitting leg drop for the 1, 2, 3. Nice. And my prediction stands. I do think that that Nikita Lyons will be NXT Women's Champion in 2024 sometime. Don't know when, but she'll be champion for sure. Next, Fallon Henley tells Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen that she has unfinished business with Tiffany Stratton. So, Josh Briggs is planning on finishing 2023 as the Heritage Cup champion. Briggs tells Jensen that he needs to ride solo next week. So, we're going to start the breakup of the three of them, which is going to basically happen because Fallon is in her own little feud with Tiffany Stratton, and we know that Shawn Michaels and crew is wanting to push Jensen as a singles guy. Briggs as a singles guy. So, and Briggs has improved a little bit, so that's fine. But I'm pretty sure Jensen's going to cost him next week because Noam Dar's not losing. Next, Gallus versus Hank and Tank. So, Gallus gets the win via the setup Insiguri for the 1, 2, 3. Next, we get a Lame Master Dijak vignette saying that he's going to end Eddie Thorpe's career next week. Who gives a shit? Get rid of them both, please. Moving on. Tiffany Stratton calls out Fallon Henley. Tiffany Stratton calls Fallon Henley as a servant. So she proceeds to challenge Fallon Henley to a match in New Year's Evil. If Tiffany Stratton wins, Fallon Henley will become her servant. Interesting. Nice. And then the main event. Ilja Dragunov versus Ridge Holland for the NXT Championship. So this was a no contest. So Ridge Holland hit a modified brainbuster on Ilja, and then the referee had to call off the match, and then post-match, Dragunov was put on a stretcher, and then the show goes off the air, so it's a no contest. I don't know why Shawn Michaels did this. I really don't. It makes zero sense to me. I know that they did this at like a house show, but you don't need to do this. This is Ilja could have got hurt big time, and Ilja is their moneymaker right now. I don't know. But Shawn Michaels should never do this ever again. I get it. It was for an angle, but still, you don't do shit like this. You just don't. I'm wondering where Braun Breaker is. I'm wondering where Baron Corbin is. What are the plans for those guys going forward? I think Braun Breaker needs to be on the main roster, for being honest. Same thing with Baron Corbin. Let's just, get real. But NXT this week was okay for the most part. It could have been a little bit better, but nonetheless, it was all right. What did you guys think? Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.